All right, all right, all right. What is going on, everyone? Good afternoon. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. I'm your host, Silverback Senpai, and before I go with the introductions, as usual, just want to give a big shout out to S15 Costuming, one of our former guests that we've had on the podcast in the past. He just subscribed over on Twitch again for another 7 months. Appreciate you, big homie. Love you. Can't wait to see you again. And of course, another big shout out to Blazed Sunflowers for the follow over on Twitch as well. So, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and introduce the co-host, Waluigi.
Back at it again. Can't wait for this episode. Shouts out to the people that subscribe. Steven, we miss you. Glad you're showing some love.
Absolutely. And our guest is none other than Cosplay Kenny.
Hello, everybody. I've been around the scene in South Florida, so you might have seen me before. I'm quite a known face. But who also knew that I was a gamer? Who could have seen that?
Hell yeah.
Of course, for everyone that's watching and tuning in, we greatly appreciate you. Greatly appreciate everyone for supporting the podcast over the years. Thank you so much. And then, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. And turn on that bell icon for notifications as well, because I also put up other content other than just the podcast. And check out Waluigi on his social medias as well.
Yeah.
So, Cosplay Kenny, I'm pretty sure you've known this. If you've seen our previous episodes, we have a tradition here on the South Florida Gamers Podcast, and that is whenever we get a new guest on, we want to know, what is your gaming origin story? Like, tell us what got you started as a gamer and just walk us through that journey from when you first picked up that controller up until what you're currently doing now.
All right, so I would definitely say the very first thing I ever remember was driving. We're in the car. I'm like 5-6 years old, and I'm waiting for the light to hit the screen so I know where I'm moving on the Game Boy. So for Pokemon, that is one of the first memories. Do I remember what game it was? Nope, but I just remember I needed the light. But now if we're talking like actual first memories, it's definitely going all the way back to PlayStation 2, playing Kingdom Hearts for the first time.
Based.
And me being a kid not understanding what is a RPG, what am I even doing here? Why does this kid have such giant shoes?
That's a question nobody's ever asked in a podcast. Like, why does he have big shoes?
Literally.
I just thought about this. Nobody really asks these questions.
It's the question nobody really answers. It's just like, why does he have big shoes? Why is Sora with Donald and Goofy of all people? It's just those things. And then aside from Kingdom Hearts, it was also my rhythm game, starting with a nice little plastic guitar known as Guitar Hero.
Nice.
Ever since then, it's just been a spiral downwards of, hey, I'm going to play this game. Kingdom Hearts mainly had a grip on me, and the lots of money it wanted you to fork out. Because fun fact, did you know, like, in order to play every Kingdom Hearts game back in the day, you would have to spend over $1,000?
Wait, no. Wait.
Yes,
This is new to me.
Wait, you're talking about the app too.
I'm talking about, so we start on PlayStation 2, right?
Yes.
That one I remember, yes.
So then after PlayStation 2, they're just like, all right, now we're going to release something on the Game Boy.
Oh, chain of memory.
Yeah. Okay. Now it makes sense.
Yes.
So you have to, if you want to continue the story, you're just like, all right, now I got to get a Game Boy, and now I got to play this. And then they're just like, okay, then also, here's the next game. Here's Kingdom Hearts 2. And then they're just like, all right, after this, now you need a DS to play this one.
Oh, yeah.
And they just can't decide which console they wanted to stay on for the longest time.
Right.
So it's been such a crazy ride, because after that, they're just like, all right, now we're going to the PS Vita, guys. And we're just like, who wants a PS Vita? And then they're just like, okay, now we're on PlayStation. Okay, now that we're on PlayStation, we're going to think about going over to Xbox for a little bit. Kingdom Hearts 3, guys, don't worry. It's real. It's going to come. Mm-hmm. And then they were just like, okay, what can we do? All right, we're going to remaster this. And now we're also going to do a game on the 3DS. That's going to matter. That's going to be the most important one. It's just like, Square Enix, I love you. pick a fucking lane.
Bro, I'm so serious with that. No, I am so, bro. That is so real because that shit used to annoy the fuck out of me playing Kingdom Hearts because, like you and me, we started on the PlayStation 2, and then for some reason Square Enix would be like, all right, we're gonna release it on all these other platforms. It's just like, bro, as you said, pick a fucking lane.
It's just like, how did Disney let this slide is the real question.
Disney being Disney, I thought they would have been more money hungry and be like, yeah, everything, go. Just
That's what I'm thinking.
But nowadays, if you're a new fan, like the Square Enix sale just passed on Steam. They were just like, oh yeah, you could get every game for $50. I'm just like, man.
That would have been nice.
That's just man.
Because like what? It's 1.8, 1.5 remixes of like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and then I forgot if the third one's on.
So it's just like they have movies of some of the games because they can't port them over. Like they can't port over 358 by 2 days.
Yeah.
And that one's just like, oh yeah, you want to know what's happening in the beginning of 2? You got to play this. They also have like the very origin movie that they had on one of those as the collection as well. But overall, it's just like Kingdom Hearts is just such a mess. As much it's my love-hate relationship.
Or it's a hot mess.
Yeah. It's just like since I grew up with it, it's just like, well, I got to see where this ends now.
Yeah.
But at this point, I'm just like, it's Kingdom Hearts 3 is 4 is going to be the same situation as 3, where it's just like, all right, now we just wait. Oh, there's a spinoff. Okay, we wait and we wait.
They did cancel Missing Link.
They did cancel Missing Link, and then we got
some people I knew.
And then we also got that rhythm game that has lore for some reason.
Yes, is it on like the app stores?
It's just like, oh yeah, here's Kairi. Here's what's going on with Kairi. Oh yeah, she's found some sort of link to Sora. Why she did that?
Just tap and find out.
Yep.
That's funny.
But aside from Kingdom Hearts, rhythm games have also been like major part of my life, where I picked up Guitar Hero and then I saw the one kid, which is now he goes by Asai. Huge shout out to him for inspiring my rhythm game journey. Saw him when he was only 11 doing 100% on Through the Fire and Flames back.
I was ready to ask you if you did, but
he doing 100% on fire Through the Fire and Flames back in the day. And it's just like, wow, if someone that young can do it, I could probably do that too. And that just started the whole rhythm game journey that I took. Still playing rhythm games to this day, even just going to arcades just to be like, oh yeah, I just want to play this one rhythm game.
That's real.
Okay. So after... Man, all right. So I'm trying to like
Kingdom Hearts PS2.
Yeah, I'm trying to piece like
the
timeline. So after that, then we're going on to the next generation, like PS3, Xbox 360. What was your experience during that time?
I definitely hopped over to 360 because I had a lot more people playing on 360. Not only that, but just at the time, the 360 was just like the thing to be on.
Yep.
I remember being in the Modern Warfare 2 lobbies, those crazy lobbies. That is definitely one of those things that just like, if you were there during peak Modern Warfare 2, you were just there. You understood.
Yep.
You knew all the craziness. You knew the words that were being thrown around like they were nothing back then. It is definitely was the time to be around on the Xbox, I would say. Because I definitely think they have fallen from grace with recent times.
Yes.
But back on the 360, I think that was peak prime time. You're playing Modern Warfare, you're playing the Call of Duty, you're playing Battlefield, Bad Company 2, you're playing all these classic shooter games back when shooter FPS were like the peak of the time.
Yeah.
And everything anyone could want.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you're not wrong there, because you had all those games, and then of course the greatness that is Halo Reach.
Yep.
Oh man.
Halo Reach, surprisingly, I found out not a lot of people originally liked Halo Reach.
Well, I actually did not know this. I mean, it did show
I would say it was kind of like it was mixed in the beginning.
Yeah,
but then after time went on, people just end up growing to love it.
And
then when 4 came out, people was like, "Oh, what the hell is this? I'm going back to Reach."
Yeah, because 4 was just like, oh, we got our story back from Master Chief. Then you play through the story and you're just like, what is
Yeah.
What's really going on? Like Prometheans and all this other stuff. But when it comes to Halo Reach, I did like the story. The story brings everybody together.
Yeah.
Universally. And then for the multiplayer, you have to earn your actual like armors and such.
Oh yeah, I was always, for me personally, when I was playing Halo 3 and Halo Reach, I was always an advocate of, hey, if you have this armor, you earned it. You put forth the effort to get this armor. That's why for a good while the Hayabusa armor was just like the renowned armor until someone went online and was just posted, it was just like, oh yeah, by the way, this is how you get that armor. Then everyone had it. But definitely I would say Halo Reach was one of the peak times. And then also Call of Duty Zombies blowing up back then as well.
Definitely.
Oh my god, that was peak.
Back when the Easter egg hunts were such a massive thing, and everyone, hey, this new map just dropped. Everyone's taking off of work just to try and figure out the first step, the second step, and everyone working together trying to figure it out. Nowadays, we don't have that luxury anymore because we have leakers, we have data miners. They go into the literal files and find out what you need to do, and it's definitely, I would say that was like peak time, especially when they released Moon for Call of Duty's
Yes.
Call of Duty Black Ops. Everyone's just like, oh, we're going to the moon and fighting zombies on there. And there's just like the whole thing with, spoiler alert, it's been years now if you don't know, blowing up the earth, which leading to the next game, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a shout out to Steven. I believe some people disliked it because of lore implications with the books, and that's in regards to Halo Reach.
Oh, yeah. I could definitely see that.
Yep.
Okay.
Bookworms.
All right. So after PS3, Xbox 360, next generation, PS4, Xbox One. What was your experience like on on those platforms?
So I got an Xbox One, and I was just like, okay, let's see, because Xbox, the idea is, oh yeah, Xbox is popping off. Both these consoles are dropping day one. I'm gonna go towards the Xbox One because they were doing such a great job. In comes this bulky thing. I'm just like, okay, this is new. This is interesting. The games when on release, I did like the tech demo for like Rise Son of Rome, showing what it was actually capable of. But I realized after a bit, not a lot of games were using like the full capabilities like that game was. And I was just like, oh, well, I don't want to fork over the money for a PlayStation now. And so I was at this weird in-between state where I'm just like, I like the Xbox, but the games coming out on it are the same games as PlayStation. And PlayStation's running these games 10 times better. Yeah. So at this weird in-between, I was just like, why don't I just go back to PC? Where because for a time during Xbox 360 had gotten like very mediocre PC for the time being. Yeah. And it's just like I was playing those games like Team Fortress 2, Counter-Strike Source, all those types of things. And it was just like the thought came back. I'm just like, but what if I went back to PC where like all these games are available, all these games run based on your PC specs? What if I did that? And so eventually down the line, I would say like Xbox One, as much as I loved it, it's kind of like a blank space. There's like nothing really memorable that sticks with me for that one.
Yeah, that's valid.
So that's what made me switch over eventually to getting a PC. Me not knowing anything back in the day, I was just like, all right, pre-built, we're done, we're good.
Oh no.
And
don't worry, I was there. I was right there with you too.
I'll tell you, that pre-built is still with me to this day, pushing on. I'm just like, you're gonna stay here until I can get that RAM that I need, because right now I'm just like, RAM, go back down, please. Please go back down.
I was ready to say something.
Yeah, I remember jumping into PC gaming for the very first time back in 2013, and it was one of those Alienware PCs. Again, I didn't know anything about PC gaming or whatnot. I just saw the price, I looked at the specs. I was like, okay, I can afford something like this. And looking back at it now, just like, I shouldn't have gotten it. I should have not gotten an Alienware, but I'm glad that I did, because I end up knowing what's actually better out there for me in the long run.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely the meme of just like, hey, if you get back on the train, you could stop your past self from doing one decision. It's just like me. I was just like, get me on there.
Oh, I got to
buy the RAM. Buy the RAM.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, I would definitely say PC, it just opens up so much.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with getting totally legal old game consoles. Totally legal. Because why else would you have a BNIS for a PlayStation 2? You have a PlayStation 2, of course.
Yes. Don't worry about it.
So now we're on to modern day today era of gaming. So what are you currently playing now?
I surprisingly have moved on to MMORPGs.
Oh, no.
They are definitely my forte nowadays. Besides from MMORPGs, I'm one of those people who has a Steam library with over 100 games, and I'm like, I ain't got no games to play, guys.
It'll be done. It'll be done later. I still love how both our reactions like his like okay, I'm like oh no because I understand.
Because you'll just sit there, you'll just lean back, you're leaning back in your chair, you're just like
This is nice.
scrolling. I have all these games, but there's no games to play.
Final Fantasy.
So my main MMORPG that I was playing for a while was Final Fantasy 14. That was always been my go-to. I used to play WoW. I gave it a shot a long time ago, but I was just like, not really catching my aesthetic because anime cosplay guy. But
Real.
for me, I've always had a connection with Final Fantasy, just to go all the way back to Kingdom Hearts. So I'm just like,
That makes
let's
sense.
give Final Fantasy 14 a shot. End up giving it a shot. That shot turns into me having over 8,000 hours on the game.
Good.
Are you okay?
I listen. I'm out here. I touched grass today, so
I gotta. Okay, good.
That's fair.
I've met some people that played Dawnbreaker, never went outside their house after 7 days.
Oh yeah. So that was I specifically when I was the new expansion coming out. I'm just like, I told work. I'm just like, I'm taking off for 3 days. They're just like, you only need 3 days. I'm just like 3 days. And back with anyone knows and was following me, I also have a VTuber that I use and everything.
Oh hell yeah!
I was streaming the expansion from the minute it dropped until I finished the story. I did not stop. I had energy drinks. I would take a break.
no.
I did not stop the stream unless it forced me to stop the stream because there's the limit.
Right.
And even after that, I would just be like, all right, start it right back up. So I want to say one of my most famous clips that goes around on Twitch for the time being was the very final boss, because no one knew what the final boss was. Everyone was wondering, what is the final boss? What are the mechanics? What's this? What's that? Me being one of the first people, I get to that final boss and it's just like, your estimated wait time for getting a group for the final boss is more than 30 minutes. That's the longest that it can tell you that it's going to be. So it's just like, hey, you are one of the first people. You got to pray that other people are going the same pace as you right now. We all get into the fight and it's just like, all right, so none of us know what to do, right? And everyone's just like, yep. They're just like, well, it's back to the good old MMORPG regular where you just throw yourself at it and figure out what to do. And we get to the midsection of the boss. You see this bar just charging up. I mainly play as a tank, so my mind, I automatically go, oh, do I need to pop the limit break here so that no one dies? And I kid you not, I do it because I'm just like, fuck it. We don't know what's going to happen. What's the worst? We restart? Your screen just turned, the whole floor that you're on, orange everywhere. You're just, and the orange is, it's saying, hey, an attack's coming here. Then an attack's coming here. Then an attack's coming here. So it's just throwing everything on your screen. So me being the rational person on 0 hours of sleep, what the fuck? Me screaming. Eventually we finish the fight. Roommate at the time was just like, what happened? Are you okay? You screamed. I was just like, it's okay. Don't worry. It's all good now. Everything's fine. We're in a better place.
It's over.
But aside from that, MMORPGs, I do play Fortnite purely just for the rhythm game mode, but
Base.
most rhythm game people have a love-hate relationship with that mode just because we wish it got more love and more care, especially since they did pretty much acquire Harmonix as a whole.
Oh.
Yeah, that is something not a lot of people know. The Epic Games did acquire Harmonix, and they were just like, okay, when the first year that the rhythm game mode was coming out, they were just like, all right, we want you to make this rhythm game mode. It's going to be like Guitar Hero, but if the people want to, they can play it like it's Rock Band, where they could play the Guitar Hero notes on any instrument they want.
Oh, that's
So
crazy.
they were just like, oh yeah, this is great. The first year comes out, the first musical artist that they have, they're just like, all right, it's going to be The Weeknd. Everybody knows The Weeknd. We're going to have The Weeknd. So that way there's a good variety of songs. And the first thing that we thought of as the rhythm game players, because we all have that plastic guitar still, they still even make them to this day. They're just like, as a rhythm game player, it's just like, can we use this? And they're just like, not yet. And we're just like, when can we use this? And they're just, soon.
Oh.
Soon TM. So
Oh my god.
we wait 2 years.
I would have been pissed. TBA.
And they were just like, okay, so around the anniversary, eventually, us rhythm game players, we always find a workaround for everything because we play the old Guitar Heroes on the PC and everything. So we have to come up with workarounds to make sure that an old Xbox 360 guitar or like the new PDP guitar works with the old one. So we come up with workarounds. We're just like, okay, well, if we can't strum, we're at least going to use and click the notes and register them to the keys. That eventually happens, and then they're just like, okay, hey, pro bass and pro guitar are coming out. We're just like, great. And now we're just like, so that comes out. A year passes since it's released. We're just like, can we get drums and vocals now? Because we want to sing and we want to play. Some people have the drum kits. And they're, yet again, soon.
To be Oh, that would have pissed me off.
Since then, it's been two years since that. I want to say, I'm giving rough estimates because time flies nowadays. We're just now getting unveiled. They're just like, oh yeah, now we're having a karaoke mode come out. We're just like, all right, great. When's it coming out? Soon. I'm just like, Epic Games, you have so much money. Why are you doing this?
Literally.
Because they can, sadly.
No, to quote them from what they recently said, they got to pay the bills. They got to pay the bills.
Wow. Ain't wrong, though.
Very interesting. Didn't know that much about rhythm games. I mean, I know very little about it.
Specifically harmonics, actually.
Yeah.
So with harmonics, they try pretty much the way that they work. They were just like, all right, Guitar Heroes are a competitor. So how are we going to compete against this? There was like, and then that's when they just start throwing darts at a dartboard trying to do things. There's like, okay, the DJ Hero, that flopped. No one wanted to do DJ Hero.
That's true.
Eventually, they got absorbed by Activision. Activision said, all right, you're going to stop working on this stuff. You're going to come work over here. Eventually, Epic Games is just like, hey, we want to take some of your harmonics people and redo the Guitar Heroes setup. And everyone's just like, okay, yeah, go for it. They end up doing it. It leads to the rhythm game mode in Fortnite. But then now, as of recently, Red Octane, the original people who worked on Guitar Hero, they just announced the game as well. They said, hey, we are hearing what you guys like. We have actual ambassadors of people in, like, content creators, like I mentioned, Asai. They have them as ambassadors giving advice, saying what to do, what not to do, actually telling them and working with the team. So I definitely say it's just like we're kind of in, I want to say, an indie renaissance nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because corporations just don't listen anymore, sadly.
Oh, no.
And when a new indie game comes out, it's just like the best thing ever nowadays.
Yep.
And I guess that definitely, wouldn't that lead into like the
Yes,
current-
it will definitely segue into our next topic, and that is, what are your thoughts on the current state of gaming?
AAA companies? I genuinely think that they are currently fucked in this current time.
Yeah.
It's just so many indie games come out, and it doesn't matter. I'm the firm believer of it doesn't matter how much budget your indie game has. It's still an indie game if you are a brand new person just starting out. And it's just like with releases like Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Yep.
You had Claire Obscure last year sweep everything.
Yeah.
And there's like all these games that are just independently ran. It doesn't matter like the budget that it is. It's just the passion that they're putting towards it.
Yeah.
It's just... And I think that's a lot of things that those big gaming companies are missing from their developers nowadays. Like the people that they have working on the games, they don't really care for the game. They're just there for the paycheck, in my honest opinion. Like, I'm pretty sure almost everyone who's watching this, they hear more about an indie game than a AAA title nowadays.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Because even when we do our Thursday episodes, which I think we need to start doing, like, hey, like some indie game spotlights.
That
include
would-
that.
that
in
would be
part of our
dope, actually.
segments. Yeah, because there's so many independent games that are coming out and they're slowly becoming successful, and we hear all these articles and we read these articles about how well this indie game is doing, and then of course how these big AAA games are just pretty much focusing on maxing out their monetization efforts, like with battle passes, season passes, and things like that, nickel and diming us for every little thing. And here comes this indie studio that is just giving us a great gaming experience with very little to no monetization. And people are wondering why is the fact that these big $70, close to $80 games, they're not selling so well, but these $50, $40, $30, $20 games, they're doing huge numbers. And it makes you wonder, like, yeah, because we don't want this big AAA slop because it's soulless. We don't feel nothing for it. It's like, here comes a game, and the first thing you throw at us, battle pass, season pass,
Yep, skins.
right out the gate.
I definitely say like the biggest example that we have in recent terms is the Marathon versus Slay the Spire 2 incident.
Oh.
Because you have Slay the Spire 2, which is indie company out in office with a bunch of other indie companies in the same office. Don't know if you guys know that part either. Apparently, so many different indie companies share the same office as
Oh, that's funny.
that they all came together. They broadcasted on the TV them releasing the early access for Slay the Spire 2. That you had Aggro Crab Studios, the people who made Peak there. You had the people who made Karen in there, which is like a game that's like climbing and collecting stuff.
Yeah.
And they're just all supporting each other. You hear the excitement coming from each other. You hear that this little community group has grown so passionate with each other that they even include nods in their game for their other games. Like, I think like the biggest thing that we keep on seeing is like for like Peak, they keep on throwing that plush Bing Bong everywhere.
Yep.
And it's no same in Slay the Spire 2. He's a item that you could get, and he's pretty fucking good, honestly. Because I've been playing that game nonstop ever since it came out.
Nice.
Meanwhile, with Marathon, I want to hold out hope for Bungie. I really do.
Yeah.
It's just the way they presented everything. The trailer was just so weird.
It's people are still going to play it because it's a different brand of extraction shooter.
Yep.
It's because I've noticed with Arc Raiders, everyone's gotten very friendly.
Yeah.
Wow.
You play Marathon if you do not care for the other person. It is a escape from Tarkov scenario where you see another person, you're shooting them on sight.
Yeah.
It's not going to be friendly. I'm trying to do my missions. No, you're just
just
getting them. And even then, I've seen people be like, "Get me back up. I'm going to do my mission. Then you can take whatever's on me," because that's the thing. It's just like even though there are these subcategories for games nowadays, every game is going to have its like niche audience and they're going to set the standard.
Yeah.
So Arc Raiders, at first, there was definitely like the war going on with the big streamers, everyone choosing a side, this, that, and the third. But now it's gotten friendly and it's just like that kind of put me off from the game. I'm just like, the whole point is you're supposed to be on edge the entire time from not only the environment, but also the players.
Right.
So that's my thought on like extraction shooters as a whole.
Okay. Yeah, because I see like there's more extraction shooters more than before, and for me, I would say extraction shooters are not my kind of game, but I would be lying if I said that because I love the Division, especially Division 2, and before even the extraction shooter genre ever became a thing, I just remember playing hours and hours of Division 2 and whatnot because I'm in the dark zone. I'm going around trying, do my missions and whatnot, going either against, enemy AI players or other players. Because when it's time to extract your loot and whatnot, and you're all at the drop zone, you're on edge. Like, I don't trust this guy. I don't even trust my own teammates because they might try to rob from me. So it's like, I'm glad that we are in a era where there's an extraction shooter for all different types of people, because if you don't like Escape from Tarkov, then probably Arc Raiders might be the thing for you. And if you don't like that, then you can try Marathon. And if you don't like that, then you could probably do Delta Force on DMZ.
Yeah.
That's true.
There's
options.
options out there for people, and I'm glad that we are in this space, this environment, this era, to where people have options to go to different extraction shooters. And I also would like to point out that Marathon didn't die.
No.
Like
No.
people said, like people was hoping out to be, because it was like slated to be the next Concord game, and it's like it's still alive. It's still
No, that was Highguard's job, Silver. You know this.
Well, I have firm opinions that Jeff Keighley is the one who killed Highguard with how much he hyped it up. And he was just like, this is the best thing from the people who made Titanfall. I was playing this game for hours. It's the last slot at the Game Awards, which is the big announcement. And everyone's just like, what is this?
It's like, yeah, we had a whole segment where we talked about how disgusted we were of this. Then we seen the gameplay, we were even more confused. And then one of our topics were, hey, this is free and free publicity. I was just in shock. Like, we were just looking at each other like, this game was played out for free.
Yeah, no, it's definitely like companies nowadays, they either do the best marketing in the world or they do the worst marketing in the world. Because even after that point, which I will point out for Highguard, there was no other trailer.
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. They were banking it all on just Game Award. This is going to be the last one. People are going to catch on to it. I'm just going to say it. When's the last time you heard a 3v3 ever be like talked about that isn't Apex Legends? That is a battle royale.
Real.
No, you're spot on. You're spot on. You're right.
Like, I'm not even saying that. Just, I've not thought about a single one.
Yeah.
Because the magic number for games is 4.
Yep.
It's always 4. Because 4, that's the usual friend group. It's just like, oh yeah, let me grab me and 3 other friends. You go 3, you're going to leave someone out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not a lot of places, I don't think they've still realized that. It's just like, if people want to squad up, they go groups of 4, groups of 2, or they go solo. Rarely do you get 3, and you can even see that on battle royales. Like, if you look at the trio category, those categories are rarely ran. So it's just like, when does it take for these big companies to realize what they're putting out is what we don't want?
Yeah. It's all an effort to try to be different, and then of course try to maximize as much profit as possible from the players, because they know that if we put out something that we think players are going to like, and we take notes or a copy from other successful games and we put it into our own, then we might be, successful on our own. And it's just like, I don't think so. I mean, yes, you can, but at the same time, it's also no. Like, when the battle royale genre was, starting up or whatnot, it was PlayerUnknown's Battleground, which was the very first one, and then you had Fortnite. Those were the two. And then next after that, you had like maybe, I would say, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
But it wasn't as successful as Fortnite, because the fact that Fortnite was free, Blackout, you still had to pay like a $60 game just to play the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
And then after that, you also had all these other Battle Royale games that came and gone.
Like, PUBG is still a thing.
Yeah.
PUBG is the most massive phone one.
Yes.
That I know for sure. You have, what other ones have come and gone?
Hyperscape.
Hyperscape.
That was short-lived.
Yeah.
Hyperscape.
DayZ.
The original. Technically the original. Actually, if we're talking the original, it's when everyone was playing Minecraft Hunger Games.
Yeah. That was a thing.
That was a thing all the way back then. But yeah, no, it's just they try to make the quick buck, and then they realize there's like, we're giving people not what they want, and we're not making money. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then their solution's like, let's put a pretty skin on there.
Yeah.
Like Warzone.
Warzone with all the different. I was watching someone play Warzone, and I just saw someone run across, and it was pink hair. I was like, is that Nicki Minaj? And it was. I was just like, what is Nicki Minaj doing in this game? I was like, I expect that from Fortnite, but Warzone?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, Kim Kardashian's in Fortnite.
That was a whole mess. I was just like,
it's all out of pocket.
But it's making them money, so it's
True.
like you can't fault Fortnite for their success, because they know what they're doing, and they know that they are in tune with today's culture. So they know that, hey, if we can import it into our game, that's gonna still keep them relevant, and of course it's gonna bring them even more money.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
It's because like even when you look at Fortnite nowadays, people are just like, "Oh yeah, this game is getting added into Fortnite with their skins," and everyone gets hype about it because it's their favorite game.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like people know Fortnite for that because they're just like, to put it in simple terms, like based off of one of my favorite books, Fortnite is the Ready Player One of our world.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. The minute that they add VR or whatever, it's done. That's it's as simple as that.
Yeah, definitely. Because I'm not gonna lie, when they had the Power Rangers collab, I wanted to re-download Fortnite again.
Oh my god, I saw.
Because I grew up on Power Rangers, I was just like, and then of course I see all these different characters doing all the Power Ranger poses. I'm just like,
no.
I want to re-download this and just buy the skins and just experiences. And then of course seeing them all go into the Megazord, I was just like, oh, I'm about to be sold on this. But I restrained myself. But that's the thing. And as you said, like Fortnite is pretty much the Ready Player One of our era.
Yep.
Like especially if they do VR.
Yeah, the minute that they were just like, oh yeah, you could do VR support for these worlds because Fortnite is pretty much Roblox where anyone can make anything.
Yeah.
They make any world. Some of the horror experiences in there, I would be like, why are you making this in a children's game? But overall, it's just like, that's the thing with how you're saying about Power Rangers. That's how they get people.
Yeah.
They say, oh yeah, we're going to take your favorite media. We're going to add this one little thing. And then you're going to want to come back and get on the game.
Yeah.
Because almost every gamer, I will say at this point, has had Fortnite downloaded. Just because they either like the game as it is or they like something that is added to the game.
Yeah.
Like for me, I'll say it, I'm a gacha game fiend nowadays. Besides the MMORPGs and the rhythm games, I love gacha
Oh, here we
games.
go again, Silver. Again.
We got another one.
But I will say, like when they added Honkai Star Rail, I'm just like, you got me. You're taking my money. You sold me because that's my favorite gacha game, just because of the story elements of that game. And trust me, that's a whole bag of things that I could get into with gacha games because I'm one of those people who actually also hates gacha games even though I play them. I will not defend them. I will actively attack them, and I'll have a target like right over my head for all the rest of the community to just poke at me.
Nah, because I'm also a gacha gamer as well. Like I currently play 4, and yeah, it's a blessing and it's a curse as well.
I've seen them all. I've been horrified by the horrors made by
there's
man.
so many, and then of course there's still even more to come. But you're always gonna have the ones that stand out to you the most. That's like I've invested a lot of time and of course money into this game, so at least I know with this experience I am getting my money's worth, and it's time well spent.
Yeah, definitely for me, it's just like that journey started, I want to say, 11 years ago to date, because I started playing a little game on my phone called Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle.
Oh, I've heard someone spend like $3,000 in a span of a few years, but hopefully yours isn't that bad.
No, I actively refuse to spend money on gacha games.
Oh, okay, that's real.
I make sure that my card info never goes into a gacha game.
Real.
As long as the only caveats that I do is it my favorite character from the entire series, or like, so example for Honkai Star Rail, or is it this character that I have a really close connection to, that I really enjoy, that I like personally connect to? Those are the only times. So example, Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, if I don't get the character, like let's say Broly or Gogeta, then I'm gonna be like, okay, maybe I'll bust it out just this one time. But if it's like a character that's obscure, or it's just like it's a Vegeta, I'm just like, I'm not gonna waste money. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't, because I know at the end of the day they're gonna come back around, and I'm gonna have a better chance of getting them later on when a newer unit comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's valid.
I mean, for me, I mean, I wish I could have that mindset of yours. I'll be spending, bro.
He folded like an omelet.
I fold.
I somehow resist the FOMO. I resist the FOMO a lot, which for people who don't know, FOMO is feeling of missing out. I've learned a lot of people don't know that term.
It's like feeling or fear, one of us.
Yeah.
I say fear.
I think it's fear of missing out, and that's with gacha games. That's how they get you, because they're just like, oh, this brand new character, especially with the ones that follow the Genshin Impact formula, because I absolutely hate the Genshin Impact formula. And the only reason Genshin Impact, this might be one of my hot takes, the only reason Genshin Impact is good is because it came out during COVID.
Yeah.
Because without COVID, that game would have been just another gacha game that would have just flung by and passed time, and it wouldn't have changed the mold.
You know, that's not really a hot take.
That's valid.
That's a valid. Like, most people would be will be doing their lives, their daily tasks and everything else, but hey, here's waifus fighting random monsters in random outfits.
Don't even get me started on the gacha games that they're just like, all right, now roll for their outfits. I'm just like, no.
You just roll for your outfit?
There's a whole gacha game that's dedicated to making you roll for outfits.
Which one?
It's one of the Nikki games.
Oh, Infinity Nikki.
Yeah,
Nikki.
the one that got a lot of backlash due to
Infinity Nikki, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That one is just like, yeah, roll for your outfits, and your outfits give you a bonus depending on how many pieces correlate. I'm just like, no, I'm good. I don't want this.
Yeah, I've seen gameplay. I'm like, yeah, this is like a girl's game. right on the bat. You can stereotype me all you want. You can stereotype. But I've seen people locked in that game.
I can't. It's just like, if there's a gacha game that I stick to, it's Honkai Star Rail, and it's purely because I'm a story enjoyer. So if a game has a good story, then I'm going to put forth the effort to it.
Yeah.
Thanks to my lovely partner I met about last year, they were just like, you should try this game. And they were just like, it was Genshin. I'm just like, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You had to cut them off immediately.
I was just like, absolutely not. They're just like, okay, what about this one that takes place in space? I'm just like, I like space. This is different. I'll give this one a shot. And then it sucked into my life, into me going through it, crying tears because the story is amazing with the most recent stuff. And it's just like, I didn't know that I could be so attached to a gacha game. But when it comes to like them giving the script writers the power to do whatever they want, what world they want to go to, that really opens up everything.
Definitely. And I feel the same way when it comes to Goddess of Victory Nikkei. I feel the same way. Because on the surface, you see fan service and whatnot. But the story in itself is just, I'm so deep into the story. Like, I even look up videos about the lore of the actual world itself, because there's probably more that I want to learn about the story of this game. And then, of course, as I said, FOMO. When it comes to limited characters, meaning you probably may not get this character again for either a year, 2 years, or whatnot, that would be one time I'd be like, all right, fine, I'll roll for this one. Other than that, it's just, if they're going to be in like regular, pulls, then it's just like, I'm not going to drop money for that. If anything, it's just, I'm going to farm resources out of this event so that way I can get something even better later down the line.
Yeah, of course, because like I'll give the perfect example from Honkai Star Rail. Character just re-debuted, and since then, other characters who had like already debuted have already gotten a rerun. It was her first time ever rerunning, so everyone's just like, they let the character out of the basement. Go get her. If you want her, get her. If you like her character, get her. If not, she's probably not coming back for another 2 years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's how they bait people.
Yeah.
There's only one like gacha game I played and then I dipped afterwards. Umamusume Pretty Girl Derby.
My horse girls. I love my horse girls. I love my horse girls.
Nay. I played one race, one with Silent Suzuka. I'm like, okay, I'm retiring.
You see, that's when those games get complicated, and that's the games that I also enjoy. It's the ones where, why am I busting out a whole spreadsheet just to make sure that I'm winning this, or if I'm doing this optimally? Because that's the horse game. Because deep down on the surface, you're just like, oh yeah, I just do this, and they'll win.
No, there's more to that.
And then you find out, like, you're just like, okay, maybe I'm not playing this game as a joke. Let me see what it's all about. And then you see people, here's a spreadsheet calculator. Here's this, and this. You want to get this rank, you got to get this. You want to, and just like those games where they're just like, oh yeah, here's the spreadsheet. I'm just like, that's how you know you have a community. When you have someone who's making specified documents just how to use something, that's when you know you've made a community.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I literally got coached by someone how to play this game. Like, a very professional fighting game player coached me in like 20 minutes on how to win. And I never went back again. I'm like, I don't want to deal with this shit. I'm tired.
Fighting games are a different breed, though. They truly.
But I do want to say before venture off into in the fighting game category. When it comes to like gacha games, like you're so spot on when you have people within the community that makes like spreadsheets and documents of all these different characters and whatnot. Because in Goddess of Victory Nikkei, we have a website dedicated for tier lists.
What?
So, there's a website to where every Nikkei has a tier list, whether she's really good to have like SSS or she's completely ass like D tier, F tier, like, and then like if a new character comes out, everyone will be like, all right, is this character good or not? And you have people in the community be like, nah, don't pull for this character. This character's ass. Listen, the team that I have, meta. I play meta.
No
And then you look at
shot.
my team like, oh yeah, this guy spent money. Look at all these characters that he has. Yeah, this guy spends money. He's a high roller. He's a baller.
I will definitely say I am. I wouldn't say guilty of like being tier meta, but I'm more so like I will look at, for instance, my partner who got me into the game. They've cursed themselves because I will look at their account. I'm just like, why aren't they optimized? I'm just like, so why you have this when it would be better with this? And they're just like, they want to just strangle my neck.
No, you just gotta say their account's subpar and just see the reaction.
Well, that's where another gaming hot take of mine is so there's the people who complain about endgame content.
Yeah.
And I did something out of spite towards them with the recent endgame content that was released for Honkai Star Rail. I used a completely free-to-play team, except for one character, which you could easily get because she's reran 3-4 times. So you've had plenty of time to get her, level her up. Keep in mind, I didn't even put on a proper item set on her. I just put on 4 basic items and then left 2 items completely not even filled. And I beat the endgame content. So my hot take comes in is, stop complaining about endgame content, just optimize your units. Just optimize your unit. Why are you complaining when they give you everything that you need for free?
Based.
Nah, you spot on. Spot on. Now, the fighting game.
Fighting games.
Oh, no.
Oh,
I'm so
I
sorry.
was. So everyone's fighting game journey usually starts with Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is that nice intro.
Yeah.
A fighting game, but not really a fighting game in my eyes because it's so different and diverse from the rest. But the minute that you start getting people with fight sticks in those games, like in different games,
It becomes a whole different game.
it becomes a whole different game because these are the people that play it on the arcade machines. They put the time, the hours into it. And just fighting games as a whole, I love them, but I'm not that middle ground. It's just like, I'm not bad, but I'm not this amazing that I could do 100-string combo where I'm going to one-tap the person. And if I'm the type of person that's going to just like, I can miss a button and drop it.
Yeah.
And I liked playing ranked, but when it comes to that, I'm just like, I don't want to play ranked too much because if I get too good, then I'm just going to get my ass whooped the entire time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a perpetual loop.
Because my main fighting game that I played was Dragon Ball FighterZ. That was my
Based.
go-to. I loved the support that it gave, the community that it had. And then I was just like, oh, let me try out Tekken. Nope. Nope. Nope.
That's what humbles a person.
You get humbled so quick in Tekken.
Oh my god. If you see like our locals and everything else casually happen, you never know what you're gonna get hit with.
That's why I love going to conventions and just I walk into the gaming room. I'm just like, all right, which one of these is the person that is here to actually win this? Because you can spot them.
And you want to avoid them.
Because some people are here, they're just like, oh yeah, I'm just here for the convention. Oh, they also have a gaming room. Oh, they also have a gaming tournament. I'll sign up. No, this person came to the convention for the gaming tournament. They are out here to win that. It could be a $50 prize pool. They're just like, nope, I'm winning it. I'm taking this home. And it's just like, you could spot them out because you just see them walking around with the fight stick. It's customized. It's not your basic fight stick. And you're just like, the minute can I play? I'm good. I'm just
My bad, gangster.
you
I gotta
win.
get out.
GG.
I still can't forget, like, convention tournaments are the funniest things because either people don't play games that they expect to win, or you just see the most random situations just pop up.
I remember at home there was one person who made it so far, and it was the first time they picked up the game for the day. Yeah, they were playing Smash, and they're just like, yeah, I'm gonna play Villager. I'm just like, you choose. They're just like, yeah. I'm just like, why did you play Villager? Oh, because I like Animal Crossing.
That's based.
I'm just like, hey man, power to you, power to you. But like, it's so interesting seeing like the different areas that people come from, even if it's a fighting game. That's why I do enjoy Smash so much, because of the collaborations and like the broad span of Nintendo. Everyone has a Nintendo game that they like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, as much as we hate Nintendo, we also love Nintendo for what they put out. Like for me, personal connection with Nintendo, it's always going to be Pokemon. I love Pokemon.
We see.
As we can see.
Sheesh.
But it's just like, that's what I love about fighting games, is that it's able to bring everyone together in that aspect of just like, you could throw it on at a party and be like, hey, let's all play this game. And it's all good until the one tryhard comes out. It's just like,
Oh, yeah.
Hey, have you played this game before? No, I haven't played this.
Everybody.
Using the worst character ever just to see if they could challenge themselves. But overall, I do enjoy fighting games, especially recently 2XKO. 2XKO has
Ooh.
been a lot of fun, especially with the co-op aspect of it, of you can play with another person and they can control the other person, and you swap and tag and all that. I love games with the idea of that.
Yeah.
Have you cooked a duo before?
Have I what?
Have you cooked a duo before? Like you just 1v2'd somebody?
Oh,
It's it's the best feeling.
because for me, when it comes to fighting games, I love my projectile spammers. I'm not even gonna lie.
Jinx.
Not even Timo.
Oh, you're worse. You're a babe. That's worse and the funniest way. I respect that. I can't even get mad because I can't touch 2XK over my life.
I use Timo Braum. I'm just like, all right, Braum, you're
Oh,
gonna space
no.
him out, and then Timo just shroom.
Get your honorary badge.
And then when they come in and they tap me, I'm just like, all right, you won it, you earned it.
I did Darius. Yeah, for conventions, do you know what's the one thing I cannot forget at Hallmat 2023? Butter Punch beating the shit out of Sonic Soul. Yeah, Butters cooked Sonic Soul so bad he quit Strive. And then he made a video about how he quit Strive, puts a screenshot of Butter Punch on there. I was in genuine tears, Kenny, of like one of our own pals or another co-host cooked the guy so hard he made a YouTube video about it.
Hey man, if you make a pro quit a fighting game, that says something.
Yeah.
It was. He played top tier, though. That was the funny thing.
All right. So going into our next topic, and that is, you had to be there moments. What moments in gaming that you can share with us that, you had to be there for this moment?
I miss midnight releases.
Same.
Real.
Midnight releases. When you used to go to the GameStop, they would be open from like 10 to 12 while the game is dropping. And if it's like a multiplayer game, for example, even though the game's terrible, Gears of War Judgment Day, that game, my local GameStop was just like, oh yeah, we're running a tournament. Whoever wins, if you didn't pay full credit, the game's credited for free. And it's a game and that's what I loved. It was a game no one knew. You didn't know how the game played, except unless you played a previous Gears of War, and you were all just going in blind because you knew nothing.
Yeah.
So it's definitely one of those. Midnight releases will always have a special place in my heart, just because those were like moments where like you are waiting outside with people who also like the game, are waiting for this game.
Yep.
I think the last midnight release I went to was for Smash Ultimate, and that was like years ago. And you're just like, wow, midnight releases just don't happen anymore. It's mainly people are sitting on a computer, they wait, and it's just like,
Click.
all right, the game's ready to download it, guys. And those little mini bonuses that they would add in as well, of just like, oh yeah, for Smash Ultimate, there was like, here's some Joy-Con covers that'll come with this just for being at the midnight release. Here's a pin, here's this and that.
True.
It was like those little things that showed that like companies like truly were thinking about, hey, you pre-ordered our game, you're waiting over here, we want to give you an extra goodie.
Yeah.
And I think it's like the most recent equivalent that we've had to it was the Pokopia pre-order stuff, with like the plushes that you would get from it. I don't know if it was from an Ultimate Edition or whatever the case may be. I think it was specifically from the Poke Center. I think it was that if you pre-ordered through the Poke Center, you get a Ditto plush, you get like a bunch of little freebies and all that. It was very nice. I definitely think like if we could bring midnight releases back, we should definitely should.
That's
because
real.
it makes you realize there is a local community around you who also likes the game that you are playing.
Yeah.
And definitely not a lot of people realize that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
and man, you're so spot on when you say that because I wish GameStop knew like, hey, you guys have something really precious that a lot of people grew up with, you know, especially back in the PS3 360 era where midnight releases were the thing that to go to because especially if it's like a really big game and then you're waiting in line and you're talking with other people and connecting it with other people that are also here for the same game as well. And that's how you would connect. That's how you would make some new friends. And that's something I wish GameStop would take advantage of more often because the fact that you can definitely do something very creative and then, of course, highlight it, show it on your social media platforms. Like, hey, you know, this is what the gaming community looks like when we come together for you know these events. Like GameStop could definitely do something like that because they're in a lot of urban neighborhoods, but I don't know, man. It's weird that they don't take advantage of this because it's
Not anymore.
yeah, because you had something really really good, and now that in you know today's era of gaming where we're going more towards digital rather than physical, then that eliminates those midnight releases that people would have back then when we didn't buy most of our games digitally. We bought it physical. Like you would have like stacks of game cases of all of your games that you've bought.
I still have my 360 games. I'm never giving those up. Those I get a bookshelf and I'm just like, all right, this shelf is the 360 shelf, this shelf is the Nintendo Switch shelf because I always prefer a physical thing.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because like and that I think that's also part of the reason why a lot of like midnight releases died off is because no one really hangs around afterwards because the thought back then was, oh, I can pop it right in and play it immediately.
Yeah.
Nowadays, even when you pop in a disc, download gotta wait.
Yep.
Yep.
That's spot on.
Yeah.
And that's why I think a lot of people don't do midnight releases anymore because they're just like, why would I get a physical copy when I have to download it anyway? So I'm just going to get a digital copy, which I'm just like, I see it, but there's also like the novelty sometimes because I know me personally, like, aside from Smash Ultimate, it wasn't a midnight release because it was during COVID, so they had to do it in a weird way. But it was
Yeah.
back when the Final Fantasy VII Remake just had come out.
Oh.
And I was just like, this is going to be my game for right now, but I wanted a physical copy. I wanted all the bonus stuff that came with it. And they were just like, okay, we're going to do a release thing, but it's going to be like in time pockets. Like this, you come this time, you come this time, you come this
That's
time.
so weird.
And it was still back during peak time where just like even going outside, mask. You don't know what's going on, that type of deal. Because
Oh, yeah.
that is when the Final Fantasy VII Remake came out.
Forgot.
It was during that peak time, which was really sucky, but seeing everybody post about the game online and everyone new people liking Final Fantasy because it wasn't the turn-based combat anymore,
Yeah.
it was definitely a change of pace. Aside from that, it was just like, I feel like peak Xbox 360 of you being online era, just talking shit to the other team, because back when Call of Duty, well, they still have it now, but back when you would kill someone and you would just hear them saying like,
I would post that.
not even post match, just like you murder them and then their mic would come through
Yeah,
because you
yeah.
hear the person that you just kill, and it's just the
proximity
1
attack.
second insult that you could just slip in.
Like,
But it's just like those peak early lobbies is definitely one of those things, and I definitely say like one of the advantages that you have to take nowadays is just how easy it is to meet someone from your community. You could go on Twitter, just put hashtag, for example, hashtag HSR, and you have a whole community of people who are obsessed with the same gacha game as you. So I definitely think that's something that we should take advantage that
Yeah.
we have now.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. All right. Next topic, and that is what are your gaming pet peeves? What are some things when it comes to gaming that just gets on your nerves, that just annoys you, bothers you? Let us know.
Definitely one of my pet peeves is people who play, or sorry, people who judge a game and don't play it.
real.
Yeah.
what gives you the right to judge the game if you didn't even try it?
Yeah.
My biggest example being all the people who were just hopping on talking trash about Claire Obscure, because I know all those people did not play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you played it, tried it, not your style, completely understand. Because that's why I always tell people, I'm just like, hey, oh, you're gonna try this game? I'm immediately, it's turn-based combat. Are you into that? No, you're not gonna like this game. It's automatically gonna put you off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if someone just doesn't even give it like even a thought, and they're just like, no, I don't want to play this game because of this, and this. I'm just like, well, did you even try? No. Then why are you complaining? The only people that I feel have a right to complain about a game is the people who put the money towards the game. There are few exceptions. The recent Black Ops.
Not High Guard.
I mean, High Guard is there too, but High Guard people were actually trying to play it. There was the few little crowds that actually did enjoy High Guard.
Okay, fair game.
But if I'm talking like a mostly negative game and even people not playing it and just seeing how bad
Black
it
Ops
is,
true.
Black Ops takes the cake with the recent thing. I definitely say that, like, for pet peeves, that's probably the top one though. It's just like people who judge a game and don't even give it a shot. Like, I know people who were talking bad about Hollow Knight Silksong. I'm just like, did you guys even play the game? This is a game made by 3 people.
Yeah.
And they're just like, no. I'm just like, then shut up.
Yeah.
Like, aside from that, I think also, like, people who are like these elitist gamers who are just like, oh, games have to be done like this and this. And I'm just like, dude, shut up. Games can be made however you want nowadays.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing would be like people calling games, oh yeah, this is horror slop, this is friend slop, this is this. I'm tired of the word slop.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
so tired of it. I'm just like, I understand what you're saying.
It's like,
But-
be more creative with your verbatim or your words.
I'm just like, you calling it slop is automatically like a derogatory term towards the game, but at least give the game like the attention that it deserves. Like, my biggest example is Lethal Company started up the boom of like co-op games working together with friends again.
Yes.
And everyone's just like, oh, now this is just friend slop. I'm just like, it's not slop if you're enjoying time with your
Exactly.
friends.
That's true. Like, I've had fun playing a game a while back. And then there's also Repo.
Oh, I love Repo. Repo is so good. Repo is the recent one that just keeps on getting updates, and I just can't get enough of it. And then there's Peak.
Yeah.
Hearing the person your friend just falling, and you just hear it start echoing. It's just the funniest thing in
it's
the
horrific.
world. And it's the fact that everyone turns into a voice actor when playing that game. It's just like the minute they start falling, how?
Oh my god. Man, I got motion sickness playing that game.
Oh, I don't blame you. The screen shake is terrible.
It is horrific.
It's either you turn it down or it's just like you're gonna just lose your mind playing that game.
Yeah, I learned a lesson. I still had to play it.
You're definitely spot on with your first pet peeve about people who complain about a game but they never played it, because I'm just like, most of y'all have never even played this type of game and yet you're judging it. Like, I can understand if the game does not appeal to you. Like, okay, what you're looking at the gameplay. If it doesn't appeal to you, all right, leave it at that. But like, nah, this game doesn't appeal to me. I'm not into this type of game. Cool, leave it at that. But don't say like, oh, this game sucks, this game is trash. Like, you didn't even play it, so how would you know? I don't understand it. Like, I can say that, yeah, I don't like the latest Call of Duty because I played it, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. I'm like, I'm done with Call of Duty because they've completely strayed so far away from what made them great to the point where it's just like they know it's a cash cow, and that, and the fact that they're no longer catering to the people who grew up with the game from Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4.
Yeah.
They no longer cater to that crowd no more. We're old. They're phasing us out. They only care about this new crowd that cares about this Twitch jumping movement to the point where it's just like,
Fast-paced movements.
this fast-paced movement where it's just like, what in the hell is like, do I have to change my mouse sensitivity to be able to move to see what
Do
the
I
hell
need to
you're
take
going
Adderall
on?
just so I can look at my screen?
I seen the clip of it because I was just like, I'm just like, for me personally, I was just like, I saw everything I wanted to see about Black Ops. I'm just like, Call of Duty was always about the zombie survival mode.
Yeah.
I was just like, I saw that. I was reading the bad reviews from the YouTubers. I was just like, okay, staying away from this one. Then I saw the multiplayer gameplay of the gyroscope controller or whatever, of like someone doing like flips and shit and shooting. I'm just like, how am I supposed to compete with that if I want to play this game? Exactly.
Yeah, I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm not playing Titanfall 2. Like, even that,
Titanfall 2 was more sane.
Thank you.
Titanfall 2 was more sane than what you're looking at in Black Ops 7.
Definitely.
Because, like, I can understand you get killed from behind, quick little animation. You have robots dropping you. Like, you are aware of your surroundings.
And even people, like, ziplining around or whatnot, like,
it wasn't
I can
fast.
at least see that and, you know, have at least a minute or two to react. But, fucking, hey, Call of Duty is just like, you're running and then all of a sudden, like, you're shooting at a person. This person's just doing instant transmissions and kill you right behind. Like, the fuck? Do I need a better mouse? Do I need to get a better monitor?
Do I need to comfier chair?
Better computer chair. Better computer. And then if that person is super good, and then they're on a bit shittier Wi-Fi, then they start actually teleporting, and you're just like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I genuinely do?
The internet's just better at that point.
It's just like you have better internet, but it's like trying to catch a fly, pretty much, and you're just like, please, just you try to grab it. It's just like, nope.
Best, I think Marvel Rivals is worse.
Oh, Rivals teleporting is so bad. I will say though, I've given Rivals a shot. Not for me, because for me, hero shooters, I always get so angry. So I'm just like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you.
So preserving your peace is definitely needed.
I was just like, I tried it. I was just like, oh, this is Overwatch again. Oh, this is Overwatch again. No.
Yeah, I remember the early years of Overwatch, which was fine, and then when it started getting really, really competitive, then you really started seeing that toxicity. You're like, no, I'm good.
No, the mistake was it was free.
The minute that a game becomes free and that you're opening your multiplayer to everyone,
yeah,
that's the minute that it's just like, okay, you're either playing the competitive side or you're playing the casual side. Because that's the issue that I also have with like Team Fortress 2, for instance. I'll hop into a casual lobby. I'm just like, okay, I'm just here to kill, casual, not sweat. Everyone's dancing, and then if you do it, you get kicked and you're the bad guy if you kill someone. And so you're just like, oh well, I can't do casual. But if you go into competitive, it's just like, oh, these people are like, they got the good gaming chair. I'm not standing a chance against this.
Oh yeah.
So it's just like, it's weird being that right in between gamer where you want to have a little bit of competitive, but not like that crazy amount.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's really solid. I love how Marvel Rivals now has like a casual MMO section. It's like, yeah, just bring your character, do some dances, and talk to people. Like, this is weird.
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, here's your social
casual.
club.
That's not casual. That's beyond casual.
Oh yeah, because sometimes when you play these games, especially these competitive games, if there's a rank mode, you already know it's gonna be very sweaty. There's gonna be some high levels of toxicity, and you're just like, you know, I'm just trying my best, and you're just like, no, you're supposed to do X, Y, Z. You need to play this character so that way we can try to win. I'm just like, bro, I'm just trying to have fun and play the game.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to play the game. Leave me alone.
And I think that's why I don't like Overwatch as much, is because even if you're not connected to the voice chat, they can still send messages. And so like,
they can type it out.
So they become the typing warrior, and I'm just like, dude, I'm just trying to relax after work. Like,
funny. You could also just do spam voice chats or voice lines.
Yeah, and that's just as bad too, because like, you don't want to mute the audio because you need the audio to hear just like ultimate voice line coming in. And it's just like,
but you read it on the side no matter what you do.
Yeah, no matter what happens, you're just stuck listening to that person. I recently tried Overwatch again because I'm just like, oh, they did all these changes. Let me see how it is. It was just as bad. It was just as bad as it originally was, honestly. I used to play peak Overwatch when it was just like, oh yeah, this.
Back with a 6v6.
I started with 6v6, and then they were just like, oh yeah, now we're doing hero lock-in. So like this, they were just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this. And then Overwatch 2 came out, and I was just like, there was no reason for this.
No, there wasn't. I think that's why Jeff Kaplan left.
I didn't get to watch a video, but he was actually on a podcast recently, actually opening up about everything.
I think I passed by it. I took a quick glance, and he was explaining about why like win rates are 50%.
And one of the things in the video that I believe he talked about was just like the reason he left, and it was a money thing.
Yeah.
He was just like, oh yeah, if this isn't meeting a criteria, the money's going away from you guys, which was super shitty if I remember hearing that correctly. Don't take my word for it. There's a whole podcast with him.
I feel like that's gonna be a
Go check
topic.
it out.
That's a topic later.
Yeah, but definitely it's just like a lot of games, they fall from grace very good and then they don't. Overwatch is definitely one of the ones that's just like, nah. It still has the major fan base and they make their money.
It's Blizzard shenanigans.
Oh, of course. Blizzard will always make its money. It doesn't matter what game it is.
yeah.
Yeah, they just got to carry up World of Warcraft and boom.
Yeah.
It'll support Overwatch.
All right, and our last topic, and that is, if there's one piece of advice you could leave gamers with, what does gaming mean to you?
A lot of people nowadays miss out on what gaming was supposed to be. Gaming is a hobby. You're supposed to have fun with it. You're supposed to bond with people over it. You're supposed to meet these new people, make the new friends. It doesn't matter if they're across the world, you still have the common interest of gaming. And deep down, to me, gaming is always going to be have fun. Enjoy these stories that are being told in these games. Enjoy the narrative. Enjoy the characters. Connect with these. Have a personal connection because you relate to the character. Have a personal connection because you love the character and what they are. And just overall, just gaming should be what you want it to be. It should be fun. It should be enjoyable. You should be able to come home from work and then after the fact be like, okay, I'm going to play this game because I enjoy it. A lot of people nowadays, they look at gaming and they treat it as if it's a chore. And I'm just like, it shouldn't be a chore for you guys. It should be, hey, I'm doing this because I like this. I really enjoy it. And especially nowadays with Twitch streaming and all of that type of stuff, a lot of people, they stream it, and then they get burnt out. And I'm just like, you don't want to be burnt out while gaming. You want to enjoy the game that you're still playing. So if you're not enjoying it, why do it?
Right.
That's real.
Right. Well said. All righty, y'all. Well, I think we could put a bow on this episode and wrap things up. So, closing remarks. Waluigi.
Wow, it had to get cozy just a stretch. But Kenny, thank you so much for joining us. It was an honor of finally meeting you, get to know your gamer perspective and your thoughts and everything else. I'm so glad I've met you for the past couple years through conventions and such and a bunch of shenanigans. And looking forward to seeing more of your stories. I gotta find that Final Fantasy clip. I'm curious to see that reaction.
It's quite a reaction.
Thank you so much, man.
Of course.
And Kenny, before I even say my closing remarks, I do want to also ask, let people know what are you doing, where can they find you on social media?
Of course. So you can find me anywhere on social media. It's gonna be like Instagram. That's the main place that you'll find me. Love TikTok, but don't use it. Cosplay_Kenny is gonna be for that. If you are looking for live streaming, because I also do have a VTuber that I do use and do streams with, it's VT Dublek, so VT double with the letter C at the end. I do a lot of friend game streams and stuff like that. I haven't streamed recently just because I am getting ready to move, but once the move goes through, then going to be right back to streaming.
All right. And as for me, Kenny, thank you so much for being on this podcast episode. Greatly good to have you and love your perspective on gaming and, of course, being able to share your experience with us. And, congrats on the move. Hopefully things go well with you in your next venture. And if we do link up again, then, hey, all is good. And we would love to have you back on in future episodes, even though you'll be a little bit far away. Who knows? Maybe one day we can bring the podcast somewhere up to Orlando or...
Hell yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Not a problem. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, especially on live. Again, big shout outs to S15 Costuming for the subscription over on Twitch, and thank you for the follow, Blazed Sunflower, as well.
Much appreciated.
So, with that being said, this has been episode 177.
Yeah.
Yes.
177 of the South Florida Gamers Podcast. We'll be back again on this Thursday for our gaming news. See you guys then.
Peace.